where makers gather round. It's time to spread that crafty sound. Paper, ink, stamps and snips, we're rolling up our sleeves. Come get your tips, from fresh ideas to color so bold. New techniques and stories told. Every card a little piece of art. Let's dive in, let's make a start. New in the studio, Lisa's here. Spark your style, bring some cheer. Stamp it, snip it, let it flow. Watch your creativity grow.
Friends, welcome to New in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of weary. I think some of it is it getting dark so early. How many of you are with me on that? I mean, I feel like it's 4:30, and I'm like, then it gets to be 5. I'm like, is it time for bed yet? So I think just the early darkness makes me like, whew, tired. But it's early. It's only 7 o'clock. So no going to bed yet. In the comments, let me know if you're here and how was your Monday? I always like to ask, how was your Monday? My Monday was great. Just an easy Monday today, which was super. We do have on Thursday, we are going to have our puberty talk. It's not, I don't have to talk. Somebody presents it, and it's over the iPad. So they actually have headphones on and looking at the iPad. And of course, they are freaking out when I told them, yep, that's Thursday afternoon. They were like, ah! I'm like, okay, let's get all the groans out. And then I want to tell you that it's okay, because we all have to grow up and we all have to go through this. So it's better to know what's happening. Several are like, I already know. Well, that's okay. Some might not. So anyway, kind of a funny day. Lots of cleaning, huh, Patty? That's awesome. Well, today I have some swaps to show you from the November online exclusives, and they are so very, very pretty. So let's go ahead and come on down. So here's the November online exclusives. Came out November 4th, 3rd, 2nd. Anyway, last Tuesday. And this little flyer you can print right off of Stampin' Up! So I put my cards in order so I can start at the beginning. Hi, Diane. Mixture of things. Good day. So I'm going to start at the beginning. And, you know, when I saw this, somehow it looked like a dresser to me. I'm not going to lie. And then I was like, oh, it's a cake. All right. So starting right here, this stamp set, or this suite, is called Brushed with Beauty. And now that I see it in person, I'm a little more enamored with it. So we've got the designer series paper. That looks just so pretty. We'll talk about the way card's made in a moment. Then this Just Because, the Just Because stamp set and dies. The Just Because has the 3 levels of dies there, just because it's your birthday. And then we've got some vellum specialty paper, which I see right here. Isn't that fun? Ooh, actually, that is using the beautiful pattern embossing folder with the vellum. When I start looking closer, I'm like, there's a lot going on. It's very, very pretty. So, and then the Petals of Beauty is the stamp set, which they did not use the flowers, but I have others made with that. So this is an interesting fold. I have not seen this before. This is made by Yolanda Nixon. So very vanilla. And then this is Mossy Meadow. And then I'm going to say it is Petal Pink. And then this is Calypso Coral. It's interesting because it's just that one piece taken off and then matted on the vanilla and the green. And yeah, it's pretty. It almost looks a little bit Asian to me. I don't know. Oh yeah, Carly, you love that sweet. I don't have it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I might need to have it. So isn't that fun? I think that's just really, and look at that, double layers on the inside, going over the top with that one. All right, here's another one. This is by Jan Bassett. And again, using that same die, the beautiful pattern embossing folder. It is a really, let's see if we can get some light there. It's a really pretty embossing folder, and other cards have it as well, so I'll be able to show you. But it's just a nice pattern. And then with the early espresso, again, using, because it's your birthday, these gems are the Pearls of Beauty. Let me come back to these. Right here, the Pearls of Beauty. Those are pretty. They are beautiful pearls. But isn't that nice? I always like to look inside and see if there's any little something. Just so pretty. I love when the designer series paper can really speak for itself. Because it's your birthday. Because it's your birthday. And this die is in there as well. This oval-ish die is also in there. All right, let's look at another one with the same suite. Now this one is actually, the flowers are stamped. So I just think this is stunning. Very, very pretty. I gotta look at the back of that paper. Okay, so that's paper that comes in here. I see it. It's your birthday, doing the twine underneath. I think that's like the Stampin' Up! Thing. That corporate does that. But the flowers are really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see here, but it's a two-step stamp. That means you're stamping one stamp. The lighter color is the whole background, and then the darker color are these accents on the top. And then these are from, I don't think I can remember, and my partner in crime is not here. He's at a church meeting tonight. So anyway, but this one, I'm sure Carla probably knows. But anyway, it has all different rectangles and the edges are all different, which is really fun. But look at that leaf. The detail on these are so great because that actually is it's cut. Isn't that fun? So pretty by Monica Gerberti. Really pretty, lots of layers. All right, I'm going to turn the page from that suite and we're going to look at another suite. This suite is called Hobby Haven, and you'll see why in a moment. And I see that there are, this was very appealing. I heard many people talking about these stamps. So let's take a look at some of them a little bit closer. Friends Like You Are Golden. It's got the ribbon and then the hobby paper here. And obviously that's the back side of the paper. Well, that's kind of a cool way to use paper. I might do one of those for Card Cafe. I like that. All right, this is by Melissa Thomas. Okay, I'm just kind of amazed. Like, I've never thought to use designer series paper, and then you get all the colors on both sides. What do you know? What do you know? Did you say nope, that's in the suite? I'm going to go back and look at that. So you're saying that die is in the suite. I don't think so. I think it's it comes with a different die, but that's okay. So Friends Like You Are Golden. That's awesome. And then the dies, of course, have these little banners, or it could hang, like if they have a little hook on the top, so it looks like it could hang like a picture. Here's another one, Friends Like You Are Golden, and I'm curious to see if golden, did she fussy cut that or did she die cut it? Looks like she fussy cut that out. Wow, that's a lot, but yeah. So this one is by Brenda Springer, and how fun is that? Look at that fun card. And this designer series paper is not the same one as the set, but let's flip it back and see. I always like to see the back. Okay, I'm wondering if it's from the one before, because I don't recognize it. So I'm thinking, yep, it's from the Brushed with Beauty, that yellow one right there. Yellowish. Darling Duckling is what I should be saying. Well, that's kind of a fun. So I'm curious, if you had this card, would you actually write here and then write really narrow so you couldn't see it on the front? Probably, huh? I probably would too. So, all right. Hi, Sandy. Hi. Lots of friends checking in. That's really pretty. I like it in the early espresso. Very nice. Okay, here's another one. And this one is actually embossed in gold. It's golden. Well, that's kind of fun. And then this ribbon is fantastic. It's the gold and gold striped ribbon. Really pretty. And here we are again with our, oh wait, this opens this way. Ooh, this opens this way and you can put a gift card in there. I love when they do that because I actually would not know that a gift card goes in there. This is by Carol Payne. Okay, Carol Payne I met on our very first cruise. She lives in Indiana, I believe, and Illinois. Anyway, we met her on our very, very first cruise way back when. But very pretty. Love this with the gold. That's really nice. And then again, using that, the Hobby Haven. It's kind of a funny designer series paper, I think. Interesting. Funny as in interesting. So, a little bird cage. comes not in this. The birdcage comes from something else, I believe. All right. Isn't that fun? Like it. All right. Here's another one. This one is by Karen Titus. Funny. Same layout. I wonder if this one, well, look at that. How does everybody know that a little gift card goes? Oh, maybe. You could put one in there, I suppose, if you didn't seal it. Maybe she sealed it and was intending just to do this. But lots of layers here. There's another rectangle from that same same die set. And this is just cut right out of the paper. One of the papers has books, like this one right here. That's fun. Oh, and that's even scored right there. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. I thought it looked like it was scored, but it's actually that paper. Okay, so cutting the paper at, some of you maybe have already made it, 2.5. And this one is 1 3/4. But if you just cut it at 2.5, you have this nice little flap. That's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. And this is garden green, and we've got crumb cake. And do you think this is the same paper? I think it is. Looks like it. Looks like it is. Oh yeah, it's one of the papers there. Pretty, really pretty. All right, here's one more with that same sweet, just using a little swatch of the paper and old olive here. Is this, I'm thinking, look at me, I take all these cards apart. No, I thought, oh, you know what? This is a 12 by 12 paper. I bet if we ripped it, which I'm not going to, it would have a different color. It's kind of different colors because it's thin. It's not as thick as cardstock, so I know it's not that. It also has a tiny little pattern on it. I don't know that you can see it. But this one is by, did I say this one was by Karen Titus? I think I did. This one is by Lori Longwell, I think it says, without my glasses. Get well soon. It's pretty. Using Petal Pink and Designer Series, or Vellum. I don't know if you noticed, Vellum had gone out of the catalog and now it's back. And this is using 3D embossing folder to give it that nice texture there. Cool. Very nice. Okay, this next one is one I didn't even see it, didn't even notice it, but now that I'm seeing these cards, I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, first off, I'm curious, has anyone gotten this on display bundle? This is the one that actually does make like this big cabinet, and there's a million, maybe not quite a million, but there's all these little things that you can put in the cabinet. I did not get that one, but I'm intrigued by it. Okay, I'm going to show you some cards made with this Friendly Foliage bundle. So we've got a couple different dies there, and I think I'm going to show you one that actually uses. All right, so it looks like there's a background die and then there's a front die. So look at this, is a die right here. So you stamp the stamp right there with the little rectangle around it, and then die cut it out. That's super cool. I like that a lot. And this is using Lost Lagoon, and Designer Series paper is from the Pumpkin Autumn Sweets, anyway, I did it for Sweets in Season, Autumn Toile, that's what it is. This paper is from Autumn Toile, and then obviously stamped on there in the same color ink. This is by Lisa Miltakas. See, after I do that, and then I go back and stick them down. But I like this layer, this particular layer. Oops, I like that layer a lot. Really pretty. There's another one using that same layer. This is by Mandy Van Havermat, my new friend. I met her at the Refuge Little Falls. And so now we text each other and talk about Stampin' Up, which is really, really fun. She's awesome. So you're on my mind and into my heart. I knew she was talking to me when she, when I got this swap, I was like, thanks, Mandy. Love it. All right. So using Night of Navy and our newest Basic Beige. And that is just so pretty. I don't know, something about it is calling my name. So definitely that's going to be on my next order, this Friendly Foliage bundle. Why would you purchase them individually? Don't do that. Purchase them as a bundle so you can get this cool die that cuts this out. I cannot wait to use that. So fun. We'll use that as at our December Card Cafe for sure. All right, here's another one with that. Obviously, it's a pretty popular design. Now this one, oops, this one is by Susan Elise Morton. Set that there. So I'm looking at this card. Oh, I see. So this one, she die cut this die right out of here. So she stamped it and die cut it out. Did not die cut out the leaves. That's kind of cool. So there's a little window there. That's fun. I'm looking at this thinking, did one of them fall off? Because we always do threes, right? It's so pretty. That Get Well Soon is pretty too. And that comes in that. Oh my. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this one is Secret Sea and Basic White and then Darling Duckling. So this is very striking. Both of these, I'm like, they're just very striking. And I'm not sure why I hadn't noticed that before. All right, this one is from Amy Rich, of course, Over the Top. There's the vellum again, vellum cardstock. Can't wait to get my hands on some of that. And then stamping in the espresso and die cutting that out. Here for You Always, and using this really pretty designer series paper, which, all right, I got to do it. Hers is probably sealed down that I can't. Let's see, we'll take a little piece. All right, well, it's sort of a calypso on the back, but are you ready? In typical Amy style, this one is sort of more of a fun fold. And so when you open it, it's got that, and then you actually write on the back. So I guess because then it stands up well. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. So again, and this is embossed with the exposed brick, and there's some more of that designer series paper. Very pretty. It's one of those cards you just keep opening and close and open and close. All right. This one, I was like, how did they do that? Because can you see this texture? Well, one of the, there's a new paper, textured paper, Whispers of Texture, and it is white paper that they stamped on top of it. It almost looks like shades, kind of, the shades that have the blinds. Look at that. I don't know. I just was like, of course I had to touch it. I was like, that's so cool. So this one is by Kelly Schutte. Just really cool. And then a little bit of brushing of the color on the outside. This is Granny Apple Green. No, I think it's actually Lemon Lime Twist. I take that back. Lemon Lime Twist. Oh, it's right there. Lodino. Yep. Lemon Lime Twist, basic black and white. Yeah. What do you think? Pretty, isn't it? All right. Moving on to another one. I should probably keep this with, oh, who knows now, right? That's what that one. Okay. Moving on. This one I'm like, that's a winner right there. I don't know how I missed it. This is a Darling stamp set called Valentine Kisses right here. And the one they show us is like this kissing booth, which is so cute. And she being Karen Braxton, made this on Petal Pink, and this little bear, and tucked a heart inside there. So the heart is one of the dies. And so tuck that in his arms. Bear hugs and kisses. How cute. I was looking to feel if this was popped up too. You could do that, like cut his little nose and pop it up. But that's really fun. That's very, very fun. Looks like the bear has a couple different poses. So he can be holding something, he can be scrunching his shoulders, or he's like, yay, like cheering. So a couple different ways that he can show up, or she can show up, whichever. Happy Valentine's Day, XOXO. Look at those sweet little hearts. Very fun. Isn't that sweet? So cute. All right. I have two using this beautiful delicate framing dies. And it comes with, if you get the bundle, with these words. So big hugs, simply the best, so very thankful, here for you, and so happy for you. Delicate framing bundle. And the frames are just gorgeous. So here are, look at those. How striking is that with these frames like that? That's all one piece. And it's actually quite simple card, because you just layer and then you just die cut out whichever frames you want to use, and it's done. Stamp it, done. There's another little bit on the inside. can't thank you enough. This is by Kathy Seal. These aren't the stamps that come with it. The stamps that come with it are much scriptier. I do have one more card with that on it. Here it is. All right, so very thankful. Here's another one. Oh, no, these words don't come with this one either, but they sure match well. So there's another one using that same layout. Isn't that fun? It's funny. This is an older color. One of my newer demonstrators made it and brought it for us to make Moody Mauve. So she said she got this package that had Moody Mauve, and she was like, I didn't order this. And they're like, oh, you can just keep it. She's like, okay. She had no idea what it is. She's like, okay. All right, let's keep. I'm curious to see this one also, the Swirl Designs of Bundle. I like the bright, potentially bright colors with that. The birthday cake I showed you the other day, and isn't this card stunning? I think it is so fun. It looks a little lighter on the screen. It's actually cherry cobbler, but these, I mean, they look like they're real firecrackers. They're just so fun. So cute. And then here's another one I made with the same, excuse me, with the same set, that cake, where you can just open up that little, that's your card. And then I put these little things around it and layered a couple there. Isn't that fun? So cute. I'm curious what one you have liked the most so far. The other thing in here is Pop-Up Petals Bundle, which I had made a couple in that, and this was actually my swap that I made. Looking at these others, I'm like, ooh, hope it was good enough. I also put some gems on it, but I thought it was actually, I didn't. I stamped this in yellow, but regardless, it's in these same colors. I just thought that was really, really pretty, really fun. And this one is another one that I made using the Lost Lagoon and Basic Beige. I just really like these colors together. I think I saw it in the catalog. Imagine that. So I just think that's really, really fun. I love this little pot with the polka dots. Super, super cute. I'm like, okay, are you guys really quiet or what's happening here? What'd you say? Oh, that's pretty. Cut it off and put it on the front a couple cards ago. But I just think this is quite stunning. And this is from Everyday Branches, which I didn't get the stamp set, but I wanted these dies, so I did get those. Another one that I made, this was just more a playing one because it was a pop-up petals. I'm like, well, I want to pop something up. So I popped it up, and then I stamped this one over here because I was like, well, it looks a little sparse. But really what I wish I had done or could do is if this was stamped over farther and put two different ones here, that's kind of fun to have some little pop-up, little mechanism that pops it right up. So that's in Pop-Up Petals also. And then here's one that someone else made. It's very pretty. This one is by Saka Wilson. And I just really think it's this linen stamp that is kind of drawing me. I think that's really, really pretty. It is a stamp, linen stamp. And then there again is the polka dots. Love that. The flowers get die cut. It is a two-step stamp. And I'm not going to lie that these were a little bit tricky to line up. Actually, if we look at hers, you can see they're not perfectly lined up. They look great. They look great. But what I did is put it on a Stamparatus so that I could just stamp them and not have to try to line it up. They're a little bit tricky, no matter which one you stamp first, whether you stamp the outline or the flower part inside. It's just a little tricky. So Stamparatus that's a great use for that. I know we don't sell it anymore, but I sold mine and then I bought another one because I was like, I really need to have this. But I like this little tag going this way. Thanks for being there. Grateful for your friendship. That's really pretty, using the crushed curry inside with the flowers. Again, by Saka Wilson. Pretty. All right, I just have a couple more. The other thing in here are some doilies, some little doilies, and they are, here they are, these little lovely doilies. Not to be, there's the vellum right there and the whispers of texture. There's the linen 3D embossing. I'm like, oh my gosh, just get the whole page. And here's one of the papers that someone used, the Brush with Beauty. Okay, so this card uses the doilies. Look at this. It also uses the 3-banner punch and the 3-banner punch sayings. So consider yourself hugged. You're the sweetest. Sending my love. Look how cute that is. You are loved. This is by Kim Williams, but how fun are these? Oh my goodness. I was like, that is adorable. This is Pretty in Pink, and that is Melon Mambo. I would say it's not Berry Burst, so it's melon. I think it's actually Strawberry Slush. Strawberry Slush and the Bubble Bath. Sorry, I'll take all those things back. Strawberry Slush and Bubble Bath, and then on Real Red. Isn't that cute? Ooh, love it, love it. I would not think to do that, but I really like it. This is one of my favorite cards, and this is by Tracy. How stinking cute is this? So she used the doily to make a dress and happy birthday. This is using the doily 3D embossing folder. And I might actually put that on one more layer just because it feels thin. Once you put cardstock through a 3D embossing folder, it breaks down the fibers. Celebrate with the banner punch. How cute, using the little heart as the bodice of the skirt of the dress. How cute is that? Come on. You guys, how cute is that? All right, and then the last card I have is actually this one. Big Little Things, using the panda. And this is using the Peace on Earth glimmer paper, as well as the little snowflakes from there. So it says, little things can mean a lot. I really like that panda. It looks really cute. And this one is made by Mary Jo Snyder. It's cute. So there's a panda, there's a manatee, there's a elephant, and a hippo. Okay, I got to tell you, one time we were in Florida, and I have one more card to show you, but I'm going to just bring up my face for this. We were in Florida, and we were sitting watching. I'm going to go this way. We were like, oh, they said the manatees they swim by here, and I was like, I am just so tired. I'm just going to lay down. So Dave was sitting there, so I laid down on his lap. No sooner had I laid down, which is fine because then I was able to sit up. He goes, oh, there's one. It was right up to the dock, and just they're huge, just like was floating by. So that was pretty amazing. That was really quite amazing. Let me show you this last card. This card is actually in the mini catalog. This is by Julie Poindexter. So it's the Jars of Joy, I believe is what it's called. Joyful Jars, Jars of Joy. So that one is in the mini catalog. But isn't that so fun? Look at that. That's using the paper. It's a wood paper. Let's look at the back. Gotta look at the back. Can't quite see it. And then using the Christmas gems there. Isn't that fun? Really cute. And right here it says cheer. It's really small. It's stamped in white. Really cute. I think even just stamping that directly in the jar, just in red, would be really cute too. So sending, wishing you the sweetest Christmas. And this snowman comes in this jar full of joy. And it's so cute because the scarf and the little ribbon on his hat are on one stamp. And then obviously the snowman and the hat are one stamp. So it's kind of fun, that little guy. So there you go. That is very sweet. Oh, so many cards. Did you see one that you're like, oh, that's adorable? I love this one. This one I think is very stylish. I like brighter colors, but I think it's very pretty. Of course, I love the birthday cakes, but those weren't in my swap. Those were just mine. These are so pretty. I think this is make a really pretty sympathy card. Really, really pretty there. Love this guy. Okay, dying about these. Gonna get that paper and the vellum. That's so fun. Just have to open it. But this one, I just think it's stunning. It's very classy, as well as this one. Super classy. So, and then we've got all the hobby ones with our, I keep wanting to open it that way, with our books. And this one also opened that way. And this is the one I definitely want to make. Just love it with the designer series paper. And then this one, how fun is that? Fun layout. This one is beautiful stamping. Ooh, so pretty. And then because it's your birthday, because of the wonderful things you do. I want that one also. And then this one with the kind of a different layout there. And then a couple more of the flowers. So many. I am going to go with, like, one of my favorites probably are these three. Are these two right here. I just think they're so stunning. I'm very excited to get them. All right. How are you? Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you're still awake. I just want to show you this really fuzzy flannel. I got it at Costco. It is so cozy warm. So if you're looking for something warm, this is a good one. I'm sure it was like $15 because that's what Costco things are. Let's see, it's Monday. So I will see you on Saturday. We are home, so we will be broadcasting from here. I hope you have a wonderful week. Make it a great week. We've got this week, next week, and then 2 days or 3 days, 3 days until Thanksgiving. So it's coming up soon. All right, friends, have a wonderful week. I'll see you on Saturday. Happy stamping.
Hey there, makers, gather round. It's time to spread that crafty sound. Paper, ink, stamps, and snips. We're rolling up our sleeves. Come get your tips. From fresh ideas to color so bold. New techniques and stories told. Every card a little piece of art. Let's dive in, let's make a start. New in the studio, Lisa's here. Spark your style, bring some cheer. Stamp it, snip it, let it flow. Watch your creativity grow.